There are a ton of misconceptions when it comes to business credit cards. Things like you need a big business with a physical location, or that it's really hard to apply and even harder to get approved. But the truth is, any business owner can make use of business credit cards, and the process doesn't have to be hard either. So ladies and gents, in this video, I'll be giving you my 5 years of experience to share with you the 5 easiest business credit cards to get approved for, and which one is best depending on what kind of business you're running. Starting first with the Bank of America Business Advantage Unlimited Cash Rewards Card. By the way, what a mouthful that is. The Bank of America Business Advantage Unlimited Cash Rewards Card. Now this card is a really good starting point for any entrepreneur looking for a new business credit card to get, because it has a very low minimum score requirement. Overlooking the card's benefits, it's pretty basic, and for that reason, it could be a great pick for you to get started with. The rewards on this card are that you get a $300 statement credit after spending $3,000 in the first 90 days of your account opening as a welcome bonus. On top of that, you can also get an unlimited 1.5% cash back for all purchases on this card. And it gets a bit better though, because just by having a business checking account with Bank of America, you can increase that cash back amount by 75%, adding up to as high as 2.62% cash back on every purchase you make. Now, should you do this? Well, it depends. So with the extra cash back you'd get, you'd still have to spend around $1,400 to offset the cost of the monthly checking account. Now, if you happen to leave your account funded with $5,000, you don't have to pay the fee. So it really comes down to whether or not those options suit you, but if it does, then I'd strongly recommend this to be one of the best cashback cards to exist within the business credit card lineup. On top of that, this card also offers a 0% introductory APR offer for the first 9 statement periods that you have this card, and even better, you get all of that for no annual fee. So if you're looking for a card for your business that has some very simple benefits that you don't need to worry about, it seems like this one might be the best fit. On top of that, once you've had this card for a bit, you can also upgrade to the customized cash rewards card, which is a bit harder to get and also requires a slightly higher credit score. The whole point here though is the unlimited cash card is a good starting point to get in with Bank of America and earn cash back no matter how you're spending or what sector your business is in. If you are looking to get approved for this card, I highly recommend you have a score of at least 680. If you have anything within the 700, you should be almost guaranteed to get this card, even if you have no relationship with this bank. But like always, there have been some people that still get away with a score of half that, like 650 or even 600, still getting approved. By the way, if you have no idea on how to actually get started in applying for any type of business credit cards, I've made a full walkthrough where I literally screen record, go through the exact steps on what you need to do, from the EIN to the tax little things and the income and all the questions that they may ask you. And if you want to go ahead and watch that video after you finish this, the link for that will be down below in the description. Now, for the next card that we have here on the list is the Capital One Spark Classic card. Now, this card does have a slightly worse cashback earning rate than the last card, but it does shine in one category in particular, and that's for hotels and rental cars booked with the Capital One travel portal, where you'll be getting an unlimited 5% cash back. One feature of that portal too is that if you happen to find a better price within 24 hours of booking, they're going to match it and give you a credit for the difference. Speaking of travel, if you're out of the country, this card also has no foreign transaction fees. And speaking of fees, this card also has no annual fee, meaning you'll be earning the benefits without any risk. On top of that, if you have employees, you can get employee cards entirely for free as well. And with those benefits, this card is probably best suited for you if you tend to travel a lot more for your business. Even with that, you'd have to travel quite a bit for the benefits to outweigh the previous card. And with that being said, this card still shines in the way that it's great for people with little to no personal credit history to get easily approved for their first business credit card. Ideally, to get approved for this card, you might not need a score as high as 700, but like I said, any score above 675 and you're going to be working towards your way of getting a better chance of approval. By the way, if you guys are interested in this card or any of the ones that I'm going to mention again in this video, be sure to check out the links down below in the description. Remember, using those links costs nothing to you, but it does support this channel and the content we make. And if you don't want to use those links, it is all good too, but I still appreciate you guys for even considering. Now, for the next card, we're going to be moving into something with with a bit more specific and unique benefits. And this here is going to be the Chase Inc. Business Preferred Card. So this here is a great option for a lot of different businesses. It was actually one of the first business credit cards that I myself had also gotten. So before to get approved, you'd want to have a score at least 700 or higher. But I've also seen a ton of different data points on people who still got approved for this card, even with a score under that. It also seems like revenue from the business doesn't seem to be a big factor in getting approved, but something like the Chase 524 rule is still something you want to be very mindful about. I know that Chase has always been very strict about the 524 rule, but even within this year of 2023, Chase has been a little extra wonky with that rule. I've seen some people who are over 524 still getting approved, but regardless, the general rule of thumb is if you have opened more than 5 credit cards in the last 24 months, you'll still get automatically denied for a new credit card with Chase. The exception to this rule is the fact that business credit cards don't add to that 524 rule, but they should still be affected by it. So if you're at 424 and you apply for all 3 of the Chase Inc. business credit cards, that doesn't mean you're going to be at 824. It'll still mean you're at 524. Now, ladies and gents, even though the Chase Inc. cards are still one of what I'd consider to be the best ones to get, they aren't that difficult to get approved for. Coming from firsthand experience and a lot of experience from our members within our Facebook group, people are getting it a lot easier than what I believe the circumstances and the bar was just a few years back. More specifically with the rewards, they're all solid. If we talk about the Chase Inc. Business Preferred as an example for this card, we'll be getting 3x Chase Ultimate Reward points on the first $150,000 spent on shipping purchases, advertising purchases on social media and search engines. So this is going to be your Facebook ads, your TikTok ads, your Google ads, and you're also going to be getting internet, cable, and phone service, and you're also going to be getting 3x back on travel. So if you tend to buy a lot of ads for a marketing agency, you have an e-commerce store, and you're sending a lot of packages, this is probably one of the best business credit cards that you can still get. Even if you're just traveling for client meetings and conferences, because they've broadened so much the 3x category, you'll find that it's very flexible, and once you transfer it out for a higher rate within the Ultimate Rewards portal, you'd be shocked at how much value you're still getting back from a card like this. Let's not forget that they also have a 100,000 Chase Ultimate Reward points bonus offer after you spend $15,000 in the first 3 months, and 100,000 points. If you evaluate that even at just 1 cent to 1 point, which is on the bare minimum, that's still $1,000 cash back that you get. Now, the next card here on my list is going to be the American Express Blue Business Plus card, and this is because American Express is still pretty notorious for being what I'd consider relaxed on their approvals for business credit cards, and they offer some very generous credit limits. But this card is also one of the best staple beginner business credit cards because it offers simple benefits. So 2x membership reward points back on the first $50,000 spent in the first year. You then get 1x back on everything else, but you'll get 0% intro APR for the first 12 months. You get free employee cards, and on top of that, you have a welcome bonus offer of 15,000 membership reward points after spending $3,000 in the first 3 months. Now, that welcome bonus offer is nothing to brag home about. It's about $150 in cash that you're getting, or $300 if you're able to find some good travel redemptions. But still, for a no annual fee credit card like this, I would say something is still better than nothing. It's also worth noting that if travel points aren't really your thing, there's an alternative version of this card that offers cash back instead of membership reward points that you could also consider getting. Now, the minimum credit score to get approved for this card is 700, but there's some interesting data points I've found as well. Now, overall, from my experience, American Express is still very generous in letting new applicants in. So if you have no relationship with them, if you don't have the gold, the green, or the platinum card, I would say you still have some pretty strong chances of getting approved as long as you have a decent credit score. Now, the next card that we have on our list is going to bring us back towards the Capital One lineup. And same as with the last card, a Capital One tends to be better for people who don't have excellent credit, but this card is still somewhat of an exception. You'll ideally want a slightly higher score of at least 720 to get approved instantly for this card, and you're going to want to be very clear on how much your business is making and exactly how to answer some of the most common questions if you hear them. By the way, these questions can range typically from what industry you're in, how long your business has been around, what your business structure is, and what role you have within your business. All right, now, ladies and gents, with a card like this, Capital One is going to state that you need to have an excellent credit score to get approved, but a lot of data points on Reddit disagree. Most people are saying that they got approved pretty easily for this card, and I think it's for good reason. It doesn't offer you any real type of unique benefits. In terms of ratios, this is probably one of the worst returns that I've ever seen on any welcome bonus. Now, this card is simply going to be for someone who has had no luck with any of the other business business credit cards, and if you're looking for the easiest one to get approved with, I think you don't want to overlook this. I should also mention that if cashback isn't what you're going for, there's also the Capital One Spark Miles card. The rewards are very similar on that, but instead of 2% cashback, you also get 2x bonus miles on every purchase. With this card too, instead of getting $1,000 in bonus cash, you get 50,000 bonus miles after spending $4,500, which makes it a bit more attainable. Now, this card here is good for most entrepreneurs as you have no restriction on what spending categories get you the highest earning rewards. Now, it seems like both are equally easy to get instantly approved for as well, but regardless, these are both solid options for your first business credit card to get started with. Now, this here is the most exciting part within the credit card journey because I'd say this is the beginning of most people's. Now, I personally have a bunch of credit cards, both personal and business credit cards. I got a majority of my business credit cards 4 or 5 years ago, and that are all maximized to hit all my spending categories. All right, so ladies and gents, if you did enjoy this video, be sure to check out the links down below in the description. Be sure to watch some of my other credit card videos here on YouTube where I go over exactly how you can maximize your points so you can live a better financially free life. If you guys also want to join our private Facebook group, we have 30-some thousand members in there. Be sure to check out the links down below in the description. Drop in your email and I'll send you an invite to the group as well. Other than that, that's it.